Hi, everyone. This is Cindy Soto, your certified health educator from the Hippocrates Health Institute and the author of the guide, How to Get the Most Out of the Program. I'm joined here by my husband, Pedro, who is one of the health educator instructors for the Institute. Today we're interviewing Antony Chatham, who has personally helped thousands of guests as a psychologist with the Institute for the past 15 years. But before we go to Antony, I want you to be aware of a great opportunity for you or a loved one to do the 3-week Life Change program with us as part of a group. In addition to saving hundreds of dollars, you get some other great benefits. For more details, visit www.hippocratesgroupsavings.com. We have groups scheduled the rest of this year. For the exact dates, visit www.hippocratesgroupsavings.com. Now let's get to the questions with Antony.
What about physical exercise? Doesn't that also have a lot to do with being calm?
In fact, there are many studies showing that because physical exercise, produce endorphins, it is also having that calming effect. And therefore, that is another practice many people can adopt easily and on a regular basis, because we already know the health benefits of it, but it also has mind benefits. So certainly that is something very desirable.
Okay. Yeah, because for me, I find it very calming to take a walk, outside in nature. So I'm getting out and, unplugged from everything. So I wanted to ask that. And
go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Antony.
No, what I was saying is, since you mentioned about the nature walk, I often mention when you go out into the nature, not only you feel, good about yourself, but you also feel the connection with the rest of the world. Because one of the experiences of people, especially those who are facing challenges, is that they feel isolated. See, I am suffering is the feeling. That means the rest of the world doesn't care what happens to me. But when you go into nature, somehow you begin to feel you are also part of it. And I give to a lot of people, which may be of help. That is, I tell them when you go into the nature, maybe stop by a bush. Look at the bush in all its details, its intricate design, the color, the shape of the bush itself, and all the details as much as you can, and with a positive outlook. And then begin to communicate with that bush, because even while you are standing there, you are gaining the benefit of the oxygen produced by that bush in photosynthesis. At the same time, you are breathing out carbon dioxide. That means what used to be bits and pieces of your body is going out through the carbon dioxide, carbon and oxygen, which will be absorbed by this bush. So you can, in a very real sense, feel that part of you is going to be part of this bush, and vice versa, because you have taken the oxygen molecules emitted by this bush and you are making it part of you. So you feel a real connection. That's only for an exercise, but there are many such things that we can do creatively while we go for a nature walk.
Yeah, what a beautiful metaphor of the interconnectedness of the entire universe. I like that, Antony. Thank you. That was cool.
Thank you.
So let's go on to a question that Suzanne made. And she says, is there a way to do EMDR by yourself without assistance? And before we go, actually, it'd be great for you to explain a little bit what EMDR is. Now, she also says, I'm alternatively treating a cancer, and I have been thinking more positive thoughts. But it seems that I do that because I am worried and fearful, and I am trying to fill the mental space with something else. But fear lurks behind the behavior. do you have any suggestions on how to truly change my thinking and heal the physical illness?
Okay. First of all, about the EMDR. I remember when I was being trained for the EMDR by the EMDR Institute in California, this question came up: can we do it on ourselves? And the answer our trainer gave was, no, you cannot. One of the reasons being that if you are trying to use your own hands for moving your eyes, there is a discrepancy in the coordination. But at the same time, if you go to the history of EMDR, Dr. Francine Shapiro, who is the originator of this method, she discovered this almost accidentally by herself, by being able to move her eyes in a bilateral motion. So I'm not saying it is impossible, but at the same time, I would say at least it is very difficult if you try to do it on yourself. But on the other hand, if you were to practice something like EFT, Emotional Freedom Technique, then of course that is something that you can do yourself also. And so I would say EMDR, when you try, you are likely to benefit by going to a professional. And usually they recommend this to be done only by a professional because often it is connected with serious, severe emotional discharges. So you should have somebody who is trained to deal with emotional disturbances if in case you are doing EMDR.